5'9" with the real red eyes, and we dying inside. Oh, bodies in fluoride.
What is good, y'all? This is JV here, and today I got a special kind of video for you guys. I'm going to try something new. Now, you guys know how in JV's Jams, I basically go over the recent projects that I've been jamming to and what I would suggest for you guys. And there's a lot of singles, obviously, that come out that I don't get to talk about because they're not full-length projects. They may never be put on full-length projects. So basically, I created this kind of video in this kind of series to go over the songs, the individual tracks that I've been jamming to and I would highly suggest to you guys. So I got a list on my phone here, and I'm going to basically go briefly into depth about all these songs that have released within probably the last 2 weeks. I say they're all relatively recent in their release dates. So I'm just going to go over them track by track and let you guys know what I've been listening to and what I would highly suggest you check out. Now first we got Daye's Finish Line. Really dope track that I stumbled across on SoundCloud. Been a fan of Daye. First heard of him on an article that popped up on my Facebook, and then I checked out his mixtape Hello World, and then shortly after he was on Tori Kelly's Unbreakable Smile, I believe is the name of the album. Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but he was on a single with Tori Kelly on her last album. So Daye, man, I was feeling it. He had a jazzy flow, man, a real young, fresh feel to his songs, and this one he takes a very funk driven direction. You know, he's dabbled definitely with some R&B influences and you know, some jazz fusion kind of stuff, but this is the first time I've heard him like going straight for that kind of like West Coast funk styling. So, and I thought he sounded fantastic on it, so I would highly suggest you check out this track. You know, it's a dope hip-hop track with a lot of great melodies on it and some great instrumentation. Second, we got Jay Park's All I Want to Do. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of Jay Park, and you know, there's something about this guy that he releases both fire projects and then he puts out these like individual tracks that don't make it into any, you know, specific project. They're actually like super dope. For example, Solo with Hootie, and now we got another one. This is an English single, so there might be some Korean in it, but for the most part I think it's all in English, and it's an absolute bop. The bop of the century right now. I've been jamming this joint, man. I love this song. The great vocals, man, has a great feel to it. It has, you know, some dope rap verses, and it has kind of like that, how would I describe it, Bay Area but like DJ Mustard-ish kind of vibe into the production. Man, Cha-Cha actually, like, you know, he absolutely killed that beat. Absolutely loved this track. So check this one out, Jay Park's All I Want to Do. Next we got Trap Anthem by A$AP Ferg. Was really excited about this track. I did hear that A$AP Ferg had a collaborative song with Migos, and you know, if there's anything about A$AP is that they really can hone into that southern sound, even though they're New York MCs. So I felt like A$AP Ferg and Migos would be an organic fit, and I was not let down by this track at all. It's an absolute banger, man. They killed it. You know, there's some speedier, choppier flows at the beginning from A$AP Ferg, man. You know, Quavo absolutely kills it. Love, man, Migos's you know, contribution to this track, and I just think it's a really fun track. And man, A$AP Ferg has been putting out a lot of music leading up to his next album. I don't really know what's that hold up, because the original date that he said it was going to come out has come and passed, and then he said it would drop February, and it's not out yet. I believe that it's called Always Strive and Prosper. So yeah, man, he's dropping a lot of tracks, and they all have completely different sounds. You know, New Level has that future trap kind of sound. Trap Anthem definitely goes within that line, but then he drops other tracks like I Don't Care, which I'm gonna get into a little bit later into this video. So I mean, he's dropping a diverse amount of sounds from his latest track, so I'm really excited to see how the full project sounds. So check out Trap Anthem if you're a fan of Southern hip hop or the A$AP Mob. I think, you know, it's kind of like the best of both worlds. Next we got Dylan Williams with Vibe. Not an artist I'm super familiar with. I know he's a London-based MC. You know, lately I've been trying to get more into the UK rap scene and grime and all that, and I think this is a really dope track, man. Nothing too hard hitting on this one. Again, it's called Vibe. It's a chill beat. You know, they have some nice, you know, guitar and piano touches And overall, it's just a really chill beat, and the way that, you know, him as a British MC can kind of like articulate that flow, man. I just thought it was a really dope mix. And again, I've never really heard a British MC on a beat like that. For the most part, you know, it was more the speedier grime kind of beats that they do. So it was cool to hear that. I thought that was a really refreshing track. A lot of these tracks are on my SoundCloud, so if you want to, most specifically this one, it's on my SoundCloud if you guys are interested in checking it out. And my SoundCloud is linked down below. Next, I have Yella D, Range Rover, you know, Yella Diamond. Quick track, man. I think it's only like a minute and a half or something. Some quick he put out. Definitely got, you know, classic Bay Area, you know, stylings to it. Pretty straightforward production, rapping, but I thought it was a nice little song that he put together. Something solid. It's been a minute since I've heard, you know, Yella D, maybe a couple months, so glad to hear some more music from him. And I thought this was a quick and fun listen, so for you Korean rap fans, I would highly suggest you check out that. Next, we got one of my favorite tracks that have dropped recently, Joey Badass's Brooklyn's Own. If I'm not mistaken, it actually dropped on the anniversary of Biggie Smalls' passing. And man, he gave us an East Coast banger. It has his old style feel, but to me, this is just Joey in his natural habitat, man. You know, those boom bap beats, that hard drums, man, and him just going in on some groovy jazz bass lines, and him on some gritty street shit, man. Thought it was absolutely fantastic. Vibe to the song and then the way it moved. Big fan of Joey, man. I hope he has another project. I know they're definitely pushing Nick Cautions out of Pro Era right now, and I don't know if Kirk Knight is coming up next, maybe. But I'm really excited for another Joey project, man. Before the Money was absolutely fantastic. And you know, Joey, I wasn't, as far as his mixtapes are concerned, obviously 1999 is a fucking masterpiece. And then I forget his name, what, Summer Nights or something like that. I forget the specific name. I thought that was kind of a snoozer. I thought it was a little too lengthy, but I thought there was some bangers on that particular project. So I'm excited to see, you know, where he's at now. He's definitely diversifying his sound and incorporating more trap themes and showing basically that he's more than a one-trick pony. He's more than a, you know, 90s sounding young kid. He could do more than that, and he could do more than just, you know, spit super conscious stuff. He can definitely flow. So I'm definitely liking, you know, Joey experimenting and really, you know, stepping out of his comfort zone. But this is not really him stepping out of his comfort zone. To me, this is definitely just, you know, Joey at his best. Next is that ASAP Ferg song that I referenced earlier, I Don't Care, featuring ASAP Marty. Not actually familiar with ASAP Marty, but I gotta say, man, I really like this verse. This is not a sound I was expecting. This is super East Coast, man. It has that old school feel, man. That joint is like a journey back to fucking 95 or some shit. Love that track, man. It's really hard hitting, and in terms of the lyricism, some of like the angry themes, man, it brings me to like some early Wu-Tang stuff. Wu-Tang Forever, you know, 36 Chambers Wu-Tang, like that really aggressive, in your face. But the difference is there's definitely like a strong narrative in this song. You know, they're basically telling you that the street's not gonna care for you, you know what I mean? You gotta watch your own back, kind of thing. All the ramifications of one's actions. So man, I thought that was a really dope track. Again, I'm having trouble like really finding the direction that ASAP Ferg is taking with his new project, and that actually excites me, man. I don't want to be able to fully predict what he's going to do on his next project before he releases it, and I gotta say, man, he's given us a variety of different flavors. All of them are absolutely fantastic, and I haven't heard too much fanfare about this particular track, so I hope people will pick up onto it more. Man, I really like this track, and he's actually really spitting on this one, and you know, his more unorthodox flows, you know, the kind of choppier stuff he does on the more trap stuff he does. It doesn't really show up on here. This sounds like some of the earlier Ferg stuff I heard, especially on the tracks where they would collab with, like, you know, like Flatbush Zombies and shit, and him and, you know, Rocky really going in. So that's that. And then lastly, we got Jedi P's Through the Madness. Now this is actually a track that I got recommended to me on my I'm not sure, I don't think it's my last live stream. I think it was maybe the live stream before that. I can't remember specifically. Yeah, it was the live stream before the last one. And one of the viewers, you know, hooked me up with a link to the song, and I listened to some of it on the stream, and I was definitely feeling it. But I did revisit it. I found it on SoundCloud, reposted it. So again, if you want to listen to this track, check out my SoundCloud. It's on there. And I'm also gonna put a list of all the tracks in the the description box. So if you don't know what the name of it or how to spell it, don't worry, I got you guys through the madness. And I got it here on my computer. I'm gonna read all the features. We got Keith Ape, Occasion. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. It's K-E-Y-E, whatever that. And D. Oh yeah, K-E-Y-E-D. K-Yed, whatever that is. Keyed. And MV Tia. Again, some wild names, but a really dope track. Some really like minimalistic kind of production on there. And y'all know the Cohort guys love collabing. You know, like recently there's been a lot of crossover stuff, you know, working with the more American CDs. They definitely got that mainstream look with Ichima, and then his follow-up tracks like Psycho and stuff like that. He's collabed with Denzel Curry. You know, a whole number of artists from the stateside, like Underwater Rebels, you know, by Ken Rebel. So, you know, this is yet another Keith Ape American rapper collab, and I gotta say, I loved it, man. I wasn't really knowledgeable about who Jedi P was before this track, and this track is actually a real dope track. It's not exactly what you expect. It's not your conventional trap banger per se, but each of them come with this wildly, like, individualistic kind of flow. Like each MC sounds super different from each other. So yeah, man, definitely check out that song. So I'm gonna run through the songs one more time. Again, in the description box, I'm gonna have all the songs listed out for you guys. First, we got Daye Jack's Finish Line, Jay Park's All I Wanna Do, Trap Anthem by A$AP Ferg, Dylan Williams, Vibe, Yella D, Range Rover, Joey Badass, Brooklyn's Own, A$AP Ferg, I Don't Care featuring A$AP Marty, Jedi P Through the Madness. If you have any questions about any of these tracks, leave them down below. Let me know, what singles have you guys been listening to? What do you guys, you know, been jamming to on the lately? I'm really curious about what you guys been listening to. Till next time, this is JV. I love you guys. Bye.